Hello guys, this is Koma, and today I've got for you a multilingual chatbot, FAQ chatbot, which can answer questions, users' questions in 100 plus languages. So I built it in VoiceFlow, and yeah, let's go step by step. I'm gonna show you. So this is our chatbot, VoiceFlow prototype. Let's start our conversation. So, a little bit of background for this chatbot. This chatbot answers questions related to cryptocurrency. You can basically, it has a knowledge base. I'm gonna show you later. Just want to show you how it works first. Want to show you how it works first, and then I'm gonna show you the actual workflow. So. This, as I've said, this chat has answers questions about cryptocurrency because it has a knowledge base with basically with Wikipedia cryptocurrency, which is this. Basically just this page. It has a lot of info about cryptocurrency. So yeah, let's ask it some questions about cryptocurrency in different multiple languages. So welcome to, it says, it greets us, welcome to the Crypto Wiki. What is your question about cryptocurrency? Let's ask, the first greeting message is obviously in English because it's obvious why it's in English. But I will show you what it does later. So let's ask in English first, I guess. What is cryptocurrency? Let's see. So it answers cryptocurrency digital currency designed to work as a medium. Basically, it gives us the answer and it asks us, do you have any further question, inquiries questions? And the thing is, we can then answer and ask it in different language. Let's pick a random language, which is have this website random lists. Maldives. Let's ask. Let's see. Let's ask what is Bitcoin. Bitcoin and Maldive. Let's see if the Google Translate has that one. Maldivian. Google Translate, as I can see. Yep, doesn't have that one. Let's choose another one. Kyrgyz. Good. I think for sure has this one. Let's see. Yep, Kyrgyz. So in Kyrgyz, what is Bitcoin will be this. Let's copy this. Copy paste this question to our chatbot, and let's see how it does in another language, but it's the same as the same session. So it basically can answer in different languages in the same question. Here we go. This is and we can check if it's actually Kyrgyz language. Let's see, detect language. Here we go. Detector Kyrgyz. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that uses a cryptographic hash function. And another thing is, it asks us the question, the same question, do you have any further inquiries or questions? In the language we just ask it, right? So it detects the language the user is speaking, and it asks it, and it adapts and asks the user whether they have another question in the user's language. In the same session, I want to, here we go, we can check it again. Detect language, Kyrgyz detected, do you have any other questions? And we can ask it in another question. Here we go, Indonesian. Let's check Indonesian. Let's ask what is proof of work, which is proof of work, which is a consensus mechanism in crypto. We had which one did we have? Indonesian, right? Here we go, Indonesian. Copy paste. What is proof of work? Let's ask it. and let's see. It thinks. So we have the answer. Let's detect the language. Detect language. Here we go. Indonesian. Proof of work is a system like Bitcoin where the security, integrity, and balance of the ledger are maintained by miners. Here we go. We got the answer, and the re-ask question. How I name it? Let's detect Indonesian. Do you have any other questions? Here we go. As you can see, it works just perfectly. It can answer in 100 plus languages. It's basically production ready, I'd say. You just put the knowledge base of the company, of any I don't know, any FAQ that the user have, that the users have, and the chatbot can actually can easily answer any questions. In as you can see, is in a lot of languages. Let's say in a lot of languages. So yeah, now I'm gonna show you the actual workflow. So yeah, guys, let's get to it. We can close this one, this. So I've built also a diagram for this chatbot for you to easily understand and explain you step by step. It's a good, it's called Miro. It's a good tool. You can basically prototype your architecture of your bot before building it, and send it to a client if you have, and send it to a client, and the client can check easily. It's easy. It's just there's no technical like it's in VoiceFlow, right? It's much easier. So a client can tell you and approve it or not, or you can edit something, and then you go to and send it to your developer. So build it. If you build it yourself, you build it yourself, right? So let's get to it. We started. So this is multilingual FAQ chatbot. We started with the greeting, right? Greet the user, ask what interests them. So this is the first one, the first note. Basically, we send just the text message, welcome to the Crypto Wiki, what is your question about cryptocurrency, right? Then we go, oh no, not this one. Then we go capture card, capture user's question, save it into a variable. So basically we capture the user's question, right? And we save it to the variable called user question, right? And we don't need this one too. Let's close it. So we save it to the user question variable, and then we go to a Stack AI API call, as you can see here. So we set our Stack AI API key, but before we go into Stack AI, I want to explain you why we use Stack AI. Basically, unfortunately, VoiceFlow and WordPress don't treat KB knowledge bases as well as Stack AI and Flowwise. So for that, basically, yeah, for that reason we use Stack AI. We query our we go to Stack AI. Stack AI gives us reads the knowledge base, gives us the answer, and then we process our answer in VoiceFlow, which is the next, which I'm gonna show you later. But yeah, we set our Stack AI API key. Yeah, and then we call our Stack AI with our input, which is user question this, and we send it as input, and we send the URL, which is our Wikipedia knowledge base about crypto, right? So now let's actually go to Stack AI. We don't need this one. We go to Stack AI. So what we do in Stack AI? In Stack AI, first thing we do is we use a data loader. We set up our knowledge base, which is this URL. Then that knowledge base is sent to vector database, which just chunks up our knowledge base into chunks and collects relevant data, right, into chunks. so that no LLM then can read it really well. So the next thing is we prompt our LLM, we create LLM and prompt our large language model, which is OpenAI in this case. Basically, GPT-4 is the best for this. It's the most precise for our task. And then we prompt our LLM, which is this. So the prompt is kind of tricky because it would answer questions also outside cryptocurrency, outside my knowledge base, right? Wikipedia knowledge base about crypto. So I would ask it what's the capital of the US, right? It would give me the answer. And so I had to, I'm gonna explain you in a second actually. So figure out what language the input was given in and respond in the same language. Do not include anything in your, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? Do not include anything in your output except the answer in the user's language. I did this because it would give me like, this is the answer in Ukrainian, for example, and it would tell me Ukrainian, 2 dots, right? Or language is Ukrainian, and then it will give me the answer, right? We don't need any of that, we just need the answer. That's why I use this in my prompt. Don't put anything in your output except the answer in the user's language. Get your answers only from the provided context. So that's so it doesn't answer any answers outside the context, right? It's very important because if you build it for a client, and the customer asks something outside of a client's niche, right, or knowledge base, we have to handle that. That's why we do it. Get your answers only from the provided context, which is this URL. Respond with concise answers to 20 words max. Do not make them long and detailed unless you are asked to do so. So we want, first of all, we want precise, fast, and concise answers, right? First thing, because it's gonna save us tokens. Second thing is because it's speed, because it goes through a Stack AI and then goes back to voice flow, and it's all takes time. And the third thing is there is a problem when it would if I didn't have this in my prompt, right, it would give me big answers, and API call would not be successful because voice flow calls to Stack AI, and Stack AI because GPT-4 is more precise and better LLM, it's actually slower than previous LLMs because it has more data, and it would give me an API call was not successful, right? So that's basically 3 or 4 reasons why we use this. And then I just use this to tell the AI that it's how do I say it? If the answer to the user's question is out of the provided dataset, basically is here are the instructions, and this is what I tell it to do if it doesn't find the answer to the question. Cut, go. And here also I say if the answer to the user's question is out of the provided dataset, say 0, so that we can handle that later in voice flow. I'm gonna show you. This just divides the instructions for the LLM to easily understand it because this part is is a little bit different from this part, right? That's why we divide it. And we have our system prompt. I mean our prompt. This is our system. This is our prompt. Let me make it bigger. And this is just a we provide our context, right? Vector 0, which is this, or which is our URL, but it's the LLM reads from vector base, which is this. But the vector base it has information from here, right? From our URL. And then we say it, we tell it that here's our input, right? Here's what goes from here, from a question. As you can see, input 0, and our answer goes here to output, which is output 0, which we get here, as you can see. So basically that's it. So we prompt our LLM. What we do next is we check our context. If the question is in the context, answer to the user to the question. If it's out of the context, reply with 0, right? Which is this part. You would answer this part, yeah. Then what we do is we go to the we save our variable. We save stack AI API call response into a variable in voice flow, which is this API response, right? Capture response. Then what we do is we check read stack AI response. We check whether response is 0 or response is not 0. As you can see, question is out of context if API response is 0 or not 0. If it is 0, we send our users text, sorry, the question is out of context. It's not related to cryptocurrency. Please try again. What is your question? As you can see right here. And we go back to user question input, which is here. If the question is not 0, on the other hand, right? Display stack AI answer to the question, which is this. We display the question, the answer to the question, excuse me. And then we go to chain of thought component, which is this. I'm gonna show you. We don't need stack AI anymore. We go to chain of thought prompting, which is this. Let me see if you can see, guys. Yep, you can. Chain of thought prompting. So what we do here is we use, first thing we use is set AI card. We just detect a language the user is using, right? It reads the user's question and it detects what language is that, and it saves that language into a variable. Let me show you. Detect user language. Detect. So this is our system prompt. First of all, you are a professional polyglot, and this is our prompt. Yeah, this is our prompt. Detect what language is used in the given input and save the type of language. Respond only with one word, the type of language. Basically, again, so it doesn't answer like, so it doesn't gives us responses like detected language is English, right? Or detected language is French. Just English, or French, or Indonesian, or Spanish, or Portuguese, right? And then we give it an example, so it's easier for the LLM to understand. Given input, what is the capital of America? Response English, right? Just the word, just the language. And then we'd say it. What is the given input to read the question, to detect what is the sentence, to detect the language from, right? User question, which is this, which is which is this user question. We save it, right? And then what we do is, then we use response AI card and we ask the user, do you have any more questions in the detected language, right? Oh yeah, and also we apply the detected language into a variable user language, right? User language. So we go to response AI card. This is our prompt. This is the same prompt as it was in the previous one. Ask the question in a given language. If the language is undefined, respond in English, right? So if our bot doesn't know what language the user is speaking, or there could be some cases here, like very unknown languages, right? So in that case, our bot responds in English. And then our question is, do you have any more questions? And the language we are using is the one we just detected, right? User language here. And yeah, display our result, our question in the detected language. So yeah, guys, that's basically it. Basically, you can use this chatbot. It's as I already said, it's actually production ready. You can use it. You can let me go back to Stack AI. Let me go back to Stack AI. You can use it. You can add any knowledge base, right, of your client, whether it's a lawyer, any law knowledge base with laws in it that users have questions to, right? Real estate, basically anything. You just change your knowledge base. In our case, it's URL. It can be any URL of your client on the website, or it can be a data loader, a document, a PDF or doc, or TXT, right? Basically anything. And as you can see, trust me, I've shown you already. I've shown you only like 3 or 4 languages, right? It can do 100 plus languages. There are some cases when it actually doesn't do that well, right? But in that case, it's not the problem from our side, right? It's the problem. In that case, it's a problem for the LLM. LLM are still improving, and they're gonna be only better with time, right? So it's gonna get only better. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll be glad to help you. Thanks for your time.